So no guests for this week, but we're going to break down and I'm going to share with you my calories and my upcoming results and explain a little bit about it so you understand. These calories are set for me exactly. So these are mine. You will have to set your own calories or get someone who knows what they're doing to stagger your calories correctly. As I found, by sitting to a flat style of nutrition or a flat style of diet ends up being not effective for me. Over my 22 years of experience, I found staggering my calories is the best for me. But just because it's the best for me doesn't mean it's going to be the best for you. I deliberately will add in my weaker muscle groups when I've got more of my higher days, though. If I want to do any improvements, that's just a logical decision. Realistically, when I'm trying to do that, I at least want 2 high days, one the low glycogen before that day and then one on that day as well, so it's full and it's in a surplus on that day. So I deliberately slightly push for a slight over maintenance, a slight surplus on that day only. The other days pulls me down into a deficit, so I get the advantage of both worlds and my reasons behind it was results will end up showing over the period of time. You can watch this whole transformation and you can see. But as an example, so I'm at like 4,400 on 2 days. Then I think I'm basically at the other 3 days at medium at 3,300. Then I drop back down to 2,700. But yeah, that's what I usually do for that. I'll explain what I've done and how I structured my leg and muscle groups too, so you can have a look. So I did some numbers, some calculations, compared between the best. It's just the only way I could get the calculations correctly, but that's okay. So back arms don't really need to be touched. They're okay for me. Chest is semi okay. So I adjusted it accordingly to sit. I might have to move the chest a little bit further due to an old shoulder injury. It's because I might need a little bit more time without them overlapping as much. We will see though. That's because my volume's so high, that's why I only hit one muscle group a week anyway, but it doesn't matter. Beside the point, as you can see, so I've been loading in shoulders to get more of that cap and create a more 3D look, and then I'll load the legs, so it will look like this. So this is what it will sort of be like. It'll be structured similar to this. That's very similar. As I was saying though, I might move that down and leave back there because I did another adjustment, so I might do that. As you can see here, the adjustment was chest, but it just didn't feel good for that week and I was unable to move as much weight due to that front shoulder injury. We just work around what you have got. I've learned that over the years. Just be satisfied what we can do, not what we can't do, if you get my gist of my saying. So everything's on track there. This week let's pump into the calipers and I'll show you this week's results. So I'm not going to go in depth in actually food types and everything else, because that becomes more individually. Like you might find that you eat a certain food and it doesn't agree with you more, either gives you more wind or you feel a little bit sick from it, or it churns your stomach more. And it could be due to your gut enzymes and other things and breakdown and other things. So you utilize this period of time to figure out for you what's going to be the best for you moving forward, because I've got my days all set up here. But there's really, look, I'll quickly go through them so you can have sort of a look. So this is today what I do. So I get a little bit of fluctuation and not as strict, and it's a little bit cleaner because I get to sort of pick what I want for one of these meals. So where are we? Here, this one, sorry. So that sort of sits. The only difference is I've added a tablespoon of honey to each one of these morning oatmeals. So oats just sit better with my digestion. Like that's what I was explaining about before. I found I eat a white potato, it doesn't sit as well. I might have to experiment with some more sweet potato and I'll check that as well. But I think moving forward, as I get further and deeper into this cut, I think I'm going to be removing the white potato, as I don't see it as an effective, just for me, and because of the extra bloat that I get from it. Surprisingly, the oats don't bloat me though, so some people they do. Beside the point, so I've got a little bit of sugar post workout or during on workout, and then I have, you know, this little bit of flexibility. That flexibility will be taken out and made a lot cleaner as I'm moving along. It depends on how long I can get away with the 2 high carbohydrate days. As I'm getting away with them 2 high carbohydrate days, that's why my trainer's structured that way. If it shuffles, I might structure it a little bit different. But yeah, well, let's go back to, I was showing you what I was saying with the caliper results. Let's give this a bit of an adjustment so we can make it look a little bit better. So that was this morning's results. You know, it obviously read a lot lower, so you know that's good, but you know, it sort of panics me a bit. But I stayed the same weight, so I ended up staying this morning the 112.1, so I didn't really change from yesterday. So we'll see. We'll run that. I'll let that go for another 4 weeks before I retest now, so we at least get a better understanding of what this is doing, how is it rebounding, what I'm doing, because I'm like in a health phase at the moment, so everything's cleaned out, and I'm just eating basically my food, and I try to pump my calories up as much as I could get away with and find that point that's perfect for me, that I can still slightly lose body fat and be in a slight deficit. So yeah, other than that, I don't have a great deal to share. Like it says, next week coming up, I should be able to get in, and we should get a few more people on the show. We've got 2 more people lined up, so that should be good. We can share their story, and you won't have to hear my boring story that you've heard all the time. But yeah, I look forward to that and sharing their story, and stay tuned for more content, and hooray.